Selçuk might have been just a small agricultural town on the Aegean coast, had it not been for the fact that it is the focal point for some of Turkey's most important and impressive historical sites. Situated just 3 kilometres from the famous ancient city of Ephesus, or Efes, and just 9 kilometres from the coast, Selçuk is one of the most visited tourist destinations in Turkey. The House of the Virgin Mary is 7 kilometres from the town. Ayasoluk Castle by the Basilica has some impressive looking Byzantine fortifications. The views from this vantage point are quite spectacular. Within Selçuk itself, you can visit the 14th century Isabe Mosque and St. John's Basilica. The Isabe Mosque, or Isabe Camisi, is one of the oldest works of art from the Anatolian Beyliks. Built by Shamlı Dımışıklıoğlu Ali, the mosque was also used as a caravanserai during the 19th century. The basilica on Ayasoluk Hill, the hill itself being part of Ephesus UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the tomb of St. John the Disciple, who wrote the Gospel of St. John and who accompanied the Virgin Mary to Selçuk. The town of Selçuk has a lot to offer. It gets its name from the Selçuk tribes that lived in this area. It has its own railway station, so you can travel here by train. The Adnan Menderes Airport is just 60 kilometres away, and the popular tourist resort of Kuşadası is only 19 kilometres. On the edge of town, along the road out of Selçuk towards Ephesus, there is also the Temple of Artemis, which was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It was dedicated to the goddess Artemis and was destroyed in AD 401. The foundations and fragments of the temple can still be seen, although it was rebuilt 3 times. If you are lucky enough to visit Selçuk during the months April through to August, you're likely to see plenty of storks nesting from telegraph poles, trees, and even along the ruins of the town's old Roman aqueduct outside of town, which stretches for 9 miles and used to bring water directly to the centre. Be sure to visit the Ephesus Museum, preferably before you visit the actual site of Ephesus itself. The history and artefacts on display here will give you a better appreciation as to the grandeur of this ancient civilization. The town plays host to numerous festivals, which include the Camel Wrestling Festival, Oil Wrestling Festival, and the Efes Festival, which is dedicated to culture, art, and life. If you are totally maxed out with historical ancient sites and need to unwind, then the Pamucak beach is just 9 kilometres out of town. If you have a car and are travelling with family, then you might want to visit the Aqua Fantasy, 12 kilometres away, and Adaland, 13 kilometres away, which are 2 of the largest water fun parks in Europe. Selçuk is a very pleasant town to walk around. It is not a large town, but it offers good family-run guest houses and boutique hotels, restaurants, and excellent transport routes. Just outside of town, there is a very popular village called Şirince. With its quaint streets and souvenirs, it has a unique atmosphere all of its own and is set in some very beautiful countryside. Further out of town, between Söke and Didim, you should add Priene, Miletus, and Didima to your list of places to see. Spending less than 2 days is not recommended, and preferably 3 is advised. There is a lot to do in this area.